I was trying to find a good replay to do a commentary on. This is the second one. And I thought this would look very neat. Oh, they mislabeled it. Dang. Oh, well. Okay, anyways, I'll commentate on it anyways. I thought what it said was Night Elf versus Night Elf, Night Elf and Night Elf versus Human and Human. I thought it was 2 Night Elves versus 2 Humans, which I thought would be a very interesting game. But it was labeled as a good matchup, so we'll see how it is. And I don't think anyone's done any commentaries on TV2. I think 1v1's taking a big picture, so we'll see how this one works out. So right now we'll pause at 15 seconds, and then we'll continue on. So right now we're at 15 seconds. As you can see, it's Team RS versus SK, both good players. I know SK Madfrog and SK Madfrog and Survivor, obviously they're good players. And then these RS guys, I think I've heard of them, but I don't really know them so well. So anyways, we'll start the game here and we'll see what happens. I think it's no real surprise that you see these two matchups because Human and Night Elf is obviously a very powerful combo. I think that I'm kind of very interested that it's not Human and Orc though, because in my personal opinion, if you really want to be the best 1v1 or 2v2 team, that is the matchup you have to be. It is the only matchup that really has an unbeatable combo. Once you reach this certain thing, I mean, this is how Warcraft 3 used to be. It used to be, if I had some friends that played CS, and they said that they don't like Warcraft 3 anymore because a lot of the nerfs affected how they play the games. It used to be for them, if I build Shamans, Witch Doctors, and Taurons, I know I'll win. There's basically no way my opponent can win as long as I live to that. And it simplified the game for them, which I think is a very bad thing for RVR, or for RTS kind of game, but in that aspect, it was very bad that it was done, because it made people think the game was simpler than it should have been, which is kind of lame, because you get used to a game being very simple, and when it's no longer simple because of imbalances, then you kind of are upsetted by that. So that's kind of how that worked, and the game's no longer really like that. But Human and Orc, it still does apply. You still can basically, if I live to this, this, and this, I will win, and that's basically mass casters with maybe some tier 3 and high-level Blizzard Clap and direct damage like Shockwave and Chain Light and things of that such. You will win. I can pretty much guarantee that. And if you start putting in healing scrolls, then there's absolutely nothing your opponents can do. I mean, maybe massing Ancients of War would work, but I don't even think that would work, because your spellcasters are going to do so much damage, even Ancients of War are going to drop. I mean, it's like charging... I mean, if you have 200 Marines and you charge someone with some Ultralisk, sure, they have a lot of hit points, they don't take many damage from Marines, but they're still going to drop if you're outnumbered 200 to 6 or something, you know? It's just a matter of numbers. As you can see, this is no real surprise here. These guys are fast expoing. I mean, that is the way this works these days, which I think is very lame in my personal opinion, but, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. And I think a big portion of it is this ledge abuse. If you couldn't use this ledge, then these water elementals would drop a lot more. As you can see, he only had to use 1 water elemental to clear this. I mean, that's kind of insane. I mean, 2 level 4s and a level 3, only 1 water elemental? To me, that's a big advantage. That's a mistake. I don't know why he went mana burn first. I don't know why anyone mana burns these things. It's alright, he jacked his item. Item jacking. The lost art. No one does it anymore. As you can see, Madfrog here is teching very fast. Oh wow, you see a little bit of a rush here. This is kind of interesting. Wait a minute. Anyways, see a little bit of a rush here. This is kind of interesting stuff here, and we'll see how all this works out. Let me get a little bit confused between these colors, though. I mean, this blue and this white horse are pretty much the same, and sometimes these 2v2 games do get a little confusing when the colors are very similar, and that will be annoying because both the Night Elf players are green. Yeah, that's not going to be too much fun, so if I start calling out wrong players and wrong colors, you have to forgive me on that. That's very funny. He blocked him in with a wisp. That's good. As you can see here, I mean, these guys have an expansion going. They have actually 2 expansions really going, and the RS team is really going to be working on, I don't even know what. They're going to lose by numbers, in my personal opinion. I don't even see how they're going to compete in this one. I mean, they're already down so much. I mean, this guy's got an expansion. He can harass all he wants. The other player can just feed the other guy money, and it'll never work out for him. He'll never really be able to do much.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
And Madfrog just is going back to creeping. I don't even know what RS is doing here. Oh, RS is harassing down here, and then the other RS guy is going to go try to harass the Night Elf player. I'm not really sure what he's trying to gain out of harassing the Night Elf player, though. I mean, that's Madfrog forgot his Huntress Hall, though. kind of interesting when you see players make those mistakes. I did it myself in a game fix. It's almost disastrous. But there you see, he forgot his hunter saw, and I don't really know what his goal here is. He's trying to harass him with 3 units, but he's just gonna switch water elm or switch in and out of his gold mine. So he's really not gonna do all that much. I mean, if anything, I mean, he made the guy detonate 1 wisp. And that's about all he's gonna do, and now he's just switching. The guy's wasting his time. Meanwhile, Madfrog's creeping around. Now he's going back to his base. Survivor's got his expansion up, and he's just gonna start massing real soon. I mean, Madfrog's gonna go expand real soon. He's bringing in some hunts now. That's a mistake. See, hunts don't really work. The reason hunts don't really work is because they're too easy to kill. Like, as soon as they get sorceresses, hunts are the most worthless unit in the game. I mean, nothing is beat down. Oh man, that was a great block. They might lose it. Oh, dude, that's funny. He's gonna get out because Madfrog didn't want to lose his hero, which is probably a smart thing. Now you see, he's got his Keeper of the Grove. As soon as Madfrog gets his Keeper of the Grove up, this Team Hyper's done. And I'm not really sure what. Oh, Master is going mass casters. That's interesting. I mean, and Survivor isn't that much slower than the other guy. I don't see how they're gonna win this, but I'm getting very confused on the colors personally. I really don't know whose units are really used, especially when it comes to the heroes. Like, I know these hunts are hypers, but everything else is kind of being confusing. And there goes the Demon Hunter. I mean, as you can see, he's got 4 units. I mean, he had a good attack force. He was using the same kind of strategy I am, but Survivor's Footman will hold him off long enough. I mean, this Ancient of War, I don't think that's going to do anything. But, I mean, the only thing they stopped him from doing was building Ancient